Good. I feel great. I feel wonderful. Let's kick this off the right way.
Finally Home is a must-read step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, homeownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tayla made real estate easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Tayla Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
Advertise your business, brand, or music on Spark FM. Contact us at sparkfmonline.com for more information. Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387.
Hey, good rising, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. I am Tayla Andre. Waking up with Tayla Andre has absolutely nothing to do with the time of day we link up, but about waking up your third eye with unorthodox conversations leading to universal consciousness. So I have to be 100% transparent. This question was asked to me. What do women between the ages of 35 and 50 want, need, desire, look for in a man? We gonna have this conversation throughout the day, so y'all call, y'all put it in the chat. We gonna talk about it in between the news. This gonna be until we come off air. We gonna talk about what it is. What do women want? What do we think we want? And so I answer the question based on like my own personal, right? So I can't speak for nobody else. I can only speak for what Tayla wants, what Tayla desires. And so I went ahead and I answered the question for me. Oh, y'all, y'all ready? Y'all ready? Good. Call back 617-272-3387. And so this was a question that was asked to me. When you call, we will talk about it. Like, I really want to talk about what do women 35 to 50 want, need, look for in a man, and why do we do these things that we do? And so how did Tayla answer? Good rising, love. How are you?
Grim. Holy shit.
You can hear me?
Hello?
Hey, good rising. How are you?
Good rising. How are you?
Super fantastic.
That's good.
So talk to me. What do women 35 to 50 want, need, look for in a man?
Okay, I'm going to go with stability, security, love, peace, joy, that kind of stuff.
So those are all words. What do they mean? So when you say stability and security, what does that mean to you?
Oh, well, definitely a mature person that understands how life works and they're ready to, have a relationship and, not be disturbed by things that don't need to be in the relationship. So, if you're stable and secure, you don't have to worry about, having a place to stay, a job, different things like that, which can put a damper on relationships, I think.
Okay, so you want a man that you don't have to take care of. That's what I heard, because you were like, he need to be stable. You want somebody that's not your child that you don't have to take care of.
Yeah, because we got other things to do. We need to build and grow and, love each other, have an amazing relationship. We don't have time to be taking care of each other in that aspect because we have other things to do.
Okay. All right then. Anything else that you as a female want, need, desire out of a man?
I think that's it.
That sounds so simple. Guys, where the fellas at? Y'all agree that this is all we want? It was all so simple.
Simple.
Good morning, Queens. It's the radio show. We live.
We are live, yes.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Renaissance Ron. I dialed in with my love, Cosmic Mom, and I appreciate hearing that y'all side and your perspective, so I could be a better man for the woman in my life. So thank you.
Blessings. So you heard what the sister said. She said that, we don't need much. We just want some happiness, some joy, some peace, and a man that we don't have to raise.
I know that's right. So if I heard it correctly, stability, I mean? I think consistency is part of it, just like, spontaneous things in a romantic sense. But when it comes to the economics, women don't like to worry about how it's going to get paid and if it's coming in, and as a man, I think that we're supposed to provide that foundation to at least say, hey, I might not be the richest guy in the world, but it's taken care of. So I heard that part, and that's why I'm supposed to get my business in order.
This is beautiful. It sounds like we might be making some love connections today.
We called together. We on a conference. I had seen you. I follow you on Twitter, and we were on the phone. We talk every morning. I'm in New Jersey. She's in Arizona. So I was like, yo, you want to call in and speak about what women want? So this is how we came together.
I thank you so much. So shout out to Philly, shout out to Arizona in the building. I thank you for tuning in and checking in. And so, it was brought up, said this is a very good question, yet whatever we want as women, we have to be able to offer that as well. And you guys said that you guys speak every morning. Do you feel like these things that women are out here saying that we want and that we need and that we're looking for, do these women as a man, do you think we have those qualities that we're looking for?
Yeah, all fearfully and wonderfully made. So yeah, the qualities is there. We born with them. I'm calling from Jersey. I'm in the Newark area as a born. The trend I see is a contradiction of, independent. I could do this, but it's like, I don't think we were created to be independent in no sense of the word, really. You came out your mother. You ain't come by yourself. You need a father there. You need people to communicate. Like, isolation is not good. I mean, it can be used, of course, for healing and reflection, meditation, these things. So I guess my major point is that the confusion of the ideology. Oh, I don't need a man for nothing. But come on, sister, you do. At the end of the day. And that's where it's just kind of wary for me. I'm not clear on when women say, oh, I want to be independent. I get that they don't want to depend on a man for nothing, but I ain't going to hold you. I want a queen to depend on me, you heard?
Thank you for that. Thank you. I appreciate both of you. Thank you for tuning in. And hopefully we got you locked, Arizona. Hopefully you ain't going nowhere. Spark FM, located out of Boston, Massachusetts. We are Black owned, women owned, and we talk about everything that the media chooses not to speak on.
That's beautiful. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you so much. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I am Tayla Andre, everything Tayla Andre, Tayla Andre. Beyonce said friendship, true, genuine friendship first. That's what she's looking for in a man between the ages of 35 and 50 years old. So when I was asked this question, like, what is it that women want? I can't speak for all women. So I'm ladies, what is it? This question was asked, single men want to know, what is it that we actually want? And it came at, I very much so am one of those women, like, quote unquote, I want to be independent, but What does that actually mean to be independent? Please tell me. Like, I don't have the answer, Sway. That's why I posed the question so we can answer them together. As far as the independence part is, if we look at history, right? Because a lot of times the reason why we feel the way that we do is because taking a look at history, we look at our grandmothers who were at home, who were barefoot and pregnant every year, back to back to back to back. And you had granddaddy out here hanging his hat wherever he wanted to call home for the night. And so he had all of this freedom to do all of these things that he wanted to do when he made the money. And so he got to do what he wanted to do. Sort of like as children, the children, you don't pay no bills in this house. You don't do this. You don't do that. And as soon as them kids run out the door, they out here doing all type of wayward behavior because they didn't have any freedom when they were in the house the first time. And so I feel like feelings, not facts. I feel like a lot of women do not want to be put in the position where we are depending on a man financially. So you can then dictate how we move and what we do. And so when it comes to females who want to be independent, again, I can only speak for thyself. I cannot speak for you. If you want to speak for yourself, go ahead and call 617-272-3387. When it comes to that independence part, it's just more so I want to make sure that I am financially taken care of for me so nobody else can tell me how I can and can't move. How many women are currently in abusive relationships, and because he takes care of all of the bills and he takes care of all of the finances and he does all of this financially, you feel like you can't do nothing, you can't move, the court's gonna make the baby stay with him. Like, there's a lot of people in unhealthy relationship, toxic relationships, simply because of finances alone. When you take, let's go back to Alex E. Edwards when he was mortgage over marriage, having a conversation about mortgages over marriages, and how many relationships end because of finances. How many people break up and want divorces because the finances aren't right. We're not equally yoked. I'm over here making all the money, she over here spending it all, or she's making all the money and he's spending it all, and not having a relationship where you listen. Either I'm with the build. I'm not with the bullshit. I just want to build. I just want to be in a relationship where we got good credit. We got multiple properties across the globe. We have businesses that make money while we sleep. If we're not for the build, I'm not for, like, I don't want it. If you're not putting a starter in your truck, I don't want it. If you ain't rewiring a trailer, I don't want it. If your ass ain't framing a house, I don't like. I can't speak for women's. I can only speak for Tayla. We need them to take time to get their life together and stop rushing into relationships. We need them to have a strong idea of what they want out of their life and go for it so we know what to support. As much independence is messing up our family structure, man, woman, child, yet we can't wait for men because some of us will starve. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, that one hurts. Too many, and it's sad that they are stuck, and that is dangerous. And so let's talk about this for a little while, right? Let's have this conversation. Again, let's also bring history into it. And so look historically, look at where we were as a family structure back in the 60s, back in the 70s. We were a family. We were a unit. We moved one together. We had a village. From that village and from that family structure, we had the crack epidemic. We had the no daddies in the household or you ain't finna get these food stamps. No man's in the house or you ain't finna get this Section 8. So you need a little help. You are like, go away. Like, don't come over here. I don't need you because I have help over here that is helping me maintain while also stealing money out of your pocket. So you can't even do what you need to do as a daddy, as a man, because if I need these things, the state's going to provide, but they also going to take it out of your pocket. And so you have a complete generation. I can't tell you personally, my mother went ahead and got married after she was statistically a teen mom. And this is real life, right? Like we can have a real conversation. And so I do have friends and family that came up in a single mother household where struggling was a real thing. And I don't need you. I don't need a man. We have an entire generation who heard their mamas say, I don't need a man. And so now you have these women who are at astronomical rates starting and maintaining a flourishing business. So they're entrepreneurs. They're going to school and getting doctorates and master's degree, bachelor's degrees, associate's degree at astronomical numbers with the mindset of I don't need a man because I can do all of these things on my own. And it's more so like, what do you bring to the table? What can you offer me that I can't offer myself? And for me, as a woman who also has a very active father in her life, I could tell you everything. I need you for everything. I need you for everything. And so I absolutely, at a younger age, y'all know I was the crazy baby mama in my younger years, right? And so in my younger years, I was independent and didn't need nobody. And your ass is out here doing whatever the hell you want to do. And I'm over here raising kids and your ass on vacation, but that's fine. Like, you going to continue to do what you going to do. I'm going to continue to do what I do. And what I do is what I do. And I can only, like, my karma is based on my actions. You have to deal with whatever it is that you create over there. And so getting older and older, I'm like, yo, I don't want to do this anymore by myself, by the lonely. Like this whole independent thing, that's great. Bills are paid, but everything else is unacceptable to me. I'm good. I put that down. I absolutely put it down and left it over there because I didn't want to deal with that. It is a mentality of being independent, not needing a man, not wanting a man. And I was at lunch. I was at lunch maybe like a month and a half ago, and I do lunch with Tayla all the time. I don't need nobody else to be there with me. And these older women, like they, had grandkids. They were talking about their grandkids, and I guess I'm old enough to be a grandmother, but they seemed like they were older than me, and they were having a conversation about somebody's boo, and he got a young thing that he talking to, and I ain't got time. And she was like, girl, I don't even need no man. Just give me some ding-a-ling once in a while. She said ding-a-ling too. So that's how I knew she was older, okay? She was like, just give me some ding-a-ling once in a while and leave me alone. And her, like other girls at the table, women at the table, co-signing it. I wasn't a part of the conversation, but I was still there listening. And I was just like, I can't co-sign that. I don't want penis and then for you to leave me alone. That's not what I was put on earth to do. But I also believe that once you've been waiting for so long, waiting for this amazing man to come and save you and sweep you off your feet and make you fall in love and all those butterfly feelings that Disney done lied to you and told you was real, those things, after you've waited 25, 15, after waiting 6 months, like you're tired and you take up this not even just a mentality, but a complete persona. Like, it's not going to happen for me. I'm not going to get married. I'm not going to have this amazing thing that I want. And so I don't need it. And so I do feel like though there are women who truly do not want a man in their life, I do believe that at some point there are women that don't 100% subscribe to that idea, but recognize and realize that if I say that I don't want this thing, it won't hurt when I don't get it. I don't think I properly articulated what I was trying to say, but somebody understand what I'm saying? Like if I don't have this and I claim that I don't care that I don't have it, it's like tricking yourself to believing that you don't want it because you don't have it, so you don't feel that sadness of not having it. Good rising, Mike. How are you? History was a major trap and it messed us up. We need men. Please, I want to stop that majorly. Yes, we need men. Oh, man, do we need you to be right. Listen, I do. I need a man. I absolutely need one. I want one. I think they're amazing at what they do and how they just, there's something about a man. I will never be one of the ones out here talking about something. I don't need one. I didn't like that life. That is not the life that I choose to live moving forward. And so that's not the life that I will be leading moving forward. What is it? It was like a 2-part question. And so the thing for me, and all the ladies, like, I need y'all to post. I need reverse psychology. Yes, Beyonce. So this is the thing for me, and I really need y'all help with this. And so when you are, so at 38 years old, I'm now 38. So at 38 years old, to have been single as long as I've been single, to say these things that I don't believe to be true. Like, let's say you are 35 years old. You have no children. Let's not even Tayla Andre. You 35, you have no children. You went ahead and got your degree. You went and bought your house. You have your car. And now that you obtained all of these material things that you said that you wanted to obtain, you have them now. And now you feel like you're ready for a relationship. How do you transition yourself from being this independent body to now opening yourself up and allowing a man to lead you? How do you do that? When you have been, and I'm talking about like you got you a man, like an actual man. Because there are plenty of men out here that are not mans. And so how do you make that transition? What does that transition look like? You have been independent. You had a mama who didn't need no man. Your grandmama was on her own too because your granddaddy done stepped out with so many. She was like, I'm not having this no more. Just go live your life and have fun doing it. You got mad cousins and aunties and uncles from other wives and all that. And so you don't even trust men. You don't like men. You can't stand men. Your mama said men ain't ish, ain't never gonna be ish. And so you do have this psychology in you where you don't really want a man, but I obtained all of these things, this house, this car, this degree, this career. I have a little business on the side. Like, I'm a trophy. With you being a trophy, now you over here looking for a player. You looking for a Heisman player. How do you transition yourself into being that quote unquote submissive woman who's allowing a man to lead you? And where can he lead you if you've already led yourself to what you believe is the promised land? Oh, this is a real question. This is a real question. And I want to have a real conversation. I see everyone is being divided. Couples are being separated. Divorce rates are very high these days, said the truth. I'd like a baker's dozen. 13, huh? A happy belated birthday. Thank you. Thank you. Taurus season, all again. So the question is basically, as a woman who don't need a man, who don't want a man, how you transition into being your soft feminine self. You've been walking the world like an alpha. You've been walking the earth like a male. You've been walking the earth, taking care of yourself and everyone else. And now it's time for you to be taken care of in the sense of being led. How do you now get into your feminine after you had all of that male energy dominating? Good rising, caller, you're live.
Hi, it's me. It's Miss Tony. How are you?
Hey, boo. How you doing? You should have just stayed
I'm
here.
Good. I know I should have stayed. Had I known this is what you were talking about, I would have stayed. So I am a woman who is over 35, and that situation that you just described is not necessarily me. However, I'm at a point where I've been through some different types of relationships. I've been married. I've had my child. I feel like I am who I'm supposed to be as a woman. There's still a lot more work to do, of course. But for me, what I'm looking for is what I need is stability. Like I'm happy by myself, and I need someone who can stabilize and enhance that happiness. I don't need you to come and do any kind of extravagant nothing for me, but you just have to be stable. You and I build together. Like that's what we're looking for. I believe that at the core, every woman wants to be able to be submissive. Every woman wants to be able to let the reins go and let a man lead. I honestly do believe that. I know that we have strong Black women. I don't need no man women. I don't think that that's true. I think everybody wants to get to a point where they can be a little submissive, be very feminine, be very soft, and just be woman in every aspect.
And so how do you make that transition though? That's the real question. How you make that transition when you've been alpha mailing out here, obtaining all of these things that you wanted to obtain, and now all of a sudden there's a man here and he can't overpower your, like, sit down somewhere. How you do that?
Well, I think that when a man is a man, and like a man in every aspect of that word, then it just happens naturally. It's not anything that you have to put effort into. It's effortless, and it just happens. You sit down. You shut up. You be quiet. You let the things happen. When this man is there, he's taking care of you. He's taking care of you in every way, physically and mentally and spiritually. And he's just appealing to all of those things about you that you were lacking. Those, you just evolve as a woman, and those things just happen. I honestly believe that.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Deontay said, the type of woman that I just explained would think of a male or think as a mate as nothing but an accessory. He's just another addition to what she's already obtained.
And that are people who are not really secure with themselves, and so they don't see a partner in the person that they have. They just see them, like you said, as like a Heinzman, as like a trophy. And so they just see this partner as like something else. This is a goal that I wanted to achieve. I don't ever want to be somebody sees me as like, oh, I wanted a woman, so I just went out and got any woman. I want somebody to have me and to be like, this is what I needed in my life. She is who I needed in my life. And I think that's what Beyonce was saying. So yeah, me and B, me and B is kind of like the same person. So, so I agree with that. There's a lot of women who have been raised in such a hard way and to be such a hard person that they don't know how to be feminine, and then they mess up a lot of their own situations, because it's just like you're trying to be so hard and you're trying to be so dominant and you're trying so hard to fight for supremacy in this situation. And if you just kind of like let things flow, then it'll be a really, really beautiful thing.
Let it flow, let it flow, let it.
All right. Well, I just happened to catch you because I know I should. Next time you tell me, I love relationship talk. So next time you tell me, and I will sit there. But today I got a project due from a real job, so I'm doing that. I just have to call in and give my little raspy voice on this and put on this thing.
Thank you, love. Thank you. I hope you have an amazing day today.
Thank you, babes. I'm listening to you, and if I chime in, I'll call right back.
Okay, thank you.
Right,
we're gonna go ahead and pay these bills, and when we come back, we're gonna talk a little bit more. Give us a call, 617. Hold on, y'all know I'm low slow. 617-272-3387. I am Tayla Andre. You are tuned in to Spark FM Online, Black owned, woman owned. We are here. Best music, best conversations. Let's talk about it. What do women 35 to 50 want, need, look for in a man?
Advertise your business, brand, or music on Spark FM. Contact us at sparkfmonline.com for more information.
Be Local is a new mobile app launched by the City of Boston, designed to support local business recovery by rewarding Bostonians who spend locally, supporting your favorite local businesses, and exploring new establishments across our city. You can make a real difference. Be Local has everything you need from retail, restaurants, gyms, yoga studios, florists, and more. By simply downloading the app and linking your credit or debit card, shoppers earn rewards or Boston points automatically at participating local businesses. These rewards may then be applied as cash discounts to a growing list of redeeming businesses. All rewards are reimbursed to the business by the City of Boston, and there is no cost to users or businesses. Thanks to the CARES Act, Be Local will help to stimulate our local economic recovery across all Boston's neighborhoods. The first 3,000 users who download the app get extra points. Be Local. Download it today.
Hi, Grandma. Can Nina come over for dinner?
Sure. I've been meaning to ask you, what would happen if someone offered you a drink?
Grandma?
If anyone ever does, I want you to say, no, I have too much respect for my family and I don't want to get in trouble.
I promise, Grandma.
They really do hear you. For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. That's underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. This message brought to you by SAMHSA and this station.
Right now, the COVID-19 vaccines are available to millions of Americans, and soon they will be available to everyone.
This vaccine means hope. It will protect you and those you love from this dangerous and deadly disease.
I want to go back to work and I want to be able to move around.
To visit with Michelle's mom, to hug her and see her on her birthday.
You know what I'm really looking forward to is going to opening day in Texas Ranger Stadium with a full stadium.
We've lost enough people and we've suffered enough damage.
In order to get rid of this pandemic, it's important for our fellow citizens to get vaccinated.
I'm getting vaccinated because we want this pandemic to end as soon as possible.
So we urge you to get vaccinated when it's available to you.
So roll up your sleeve and do your part.
This is our shot.
Now it's up to you.
With every vaccination, we're taking a step toward a better future, a step toward seeing our friends, toward family gatherings and backyard barbecues, toward cheering for our home teams at Fenway, the Garden, and Gillette, a step toward hugging grandma. Every vaccination brings us one step closer to hope. Hope is what we need. With the COVID-19 vaccine, hope is what we have. Join us. Get vaccinated. Have hope. Call 311 or visit boston.gov/COVID-19-vaccine.
No two ways about it. The past year has seen little but challenge after challenge. Now change is in the air and a chance to get back to the things we love is right in front of us. Back to family and friends, back to travel, back to dancing, dining, and shows, back into the community we've so missed. Do your part. Get vaccinated safely and for free. Schedule your appointment now at dmc.org/get vaccinated.
The all-new Spark FM. Spark FM. Log on to sparkfmonline.com.
Good rising, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. I am Tayla Andre. Waking up with Tayla Andre has absolutely nothing to do with the time of day we link up, but about waking up your third eye with unorthodox conversations leading to universal consciousness. And so we had began our conversation talking about what do women 35 to 50 want, need, look for in a man. And this conversation was prompted by a question that I was asked, and it was like, what do women want? And I felt like I didn't know how to answer that question because I felt like it was more so like, what do women want instead of like, what does Tayla want? And because what Tayla wants may be very different from what women want, I wanted to have the conversation about what you as a woman or you as a female, what is it that you want out of a man, or what do you look for out of a man, and what is what's acceptable for you? And so specifically for Tayla, I said, in my experience, we want help. We are able to do everything. We're just tired of doing it by ourselves. Women in this age bracket typically have their lives pretty much together and aren't looking to be rescued or taken care of. A man as far as like safety and security, in the sense of you're not going to put me in a compromising position, because I think like safety and security is different today than it was like years ago. Safety and security, that you're going to keep me safe. You're going to keep me safe from the bears. You're going to make sure the tigers don't eat me. Like, it's different today. You want to know what's so weird to me? Like, the fact that I won't even say that. I'm gonna keep my comments to myself. A man on his own path, a man that has a working relationship with his child or children's mother, because nobody wants to deal with baby mama drama. Seriously, it seems like many women don't even want / need a man. You give them some good penis once in a while and leave them alone. And that was based off the conversation that I heard of the women who were talking about their grandkids, who was just like, I don't want no man. I don't need no man. What's a man gonna do for me that I can't do for myself? And I'm like, shoot, a lot. Like, everything. Absolutely I do not want to do this thing that I do every single I don't. I want somebody to tell me to go sit down somewhere, to go like close your mouth, relax. I got this. You're good. I got you. Like, for women who are out here talking about something, I don't need a man, I don't want a man. Why? Why? And I'd like to go back to the whole like psychology of it. Like, if I say I don't want a man and I don't need a man, when I don't get one, my feelings won't be hurt, because I already said I didn't want one and I didn't need one. So me not having one doesn't hurt my feelings. And so as a female, as a woman, I have played that role and played that position in the past. But at the end of the day, I went to bed sad, because I was like, but I do absolutely want to be able to go to sleep, and for you to wake up in the middle of the night and come look for me. Like, where's Tayla? Let me just hug her. Let me just kiss her in the middle of the night, because that's how much I love her. Like, that's exactly what I want. And so I cannot speak for me, but I wanted like other women. Where are y'all? Where are y'all in your journey, and in what it is that you want and what it is that you seek? And my young people can chime in too. So the young girls, young women's. I feel like these young girls, though, these city girls got these young girls thinking that all you got to do is dig in his pocket and you don't need nothing else from him. But I did watch a video earlier where this one woman was just like, city girls doesn't speak for all women. That's not who we are. That is not a representation of all women, which is true. Like, not one black woman speaks for all black women. We're not. That's not who we are. Not one woman speaks for all women. And so I can't answer that question, what do women want? And so I'm asking you, what is it that you want? And these men want to know too, because we're out here screaming, crying about what it is. Like, I do want a man. For those that aren't independent or are independent, y'all still go to bed at nighttime still wanting somebody to give you a hug. I know I'm not the only one. So what is it that you actually want? And be honest with yourself and be real with yourself. What is it that you need? What is it that you desire? I am super affectionate and super lovey-dovey. That's what I need and want. I need to smother me with love. Treat me like a pork chop. Like, I want to absolutely get a million kisses while in my sleep. Yes. In my sleep, just feeling my booty randomly. You know, I work, and Tuesdays and Thursdays are my long days. I don't finish work until 8, 9 o'clock, sometimes 10 o'clock at night on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Can I have dinner when I come home, even though it's super late and I shouldn't be eating that late? But you know, I'm hungry and I want to eat something. Can something be ready for me to eat? Sometimes, not all the time. It doesn't have to be mental. Like, I don't, and I struggle so bad, because I'm like, well, do I want a stay-at-home dad? Since I'm the one at work, am I looking for a stay-at-home dad? Good rising, Carly, alive.
And girl, you are speaking the things today. I know I keep on calling, but you are talking. Ain't nothing. There is nothing better than falling asleep in some big strong arms and you feel safe and you feel secure, that is the best feeling in the world. And I went through it. I went through the point where I was like, I don't want no man. Da 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 da. And it's because I was scared. I know. I was doing some punk ass stuff. I was like, I'm scared. Somebody's gonna hurt my feelings. Da da da. All of that mess. No, you know what? We do. We need them. Ain't nothing like a man that is a man and makes you feel like a woman. You were talking to things today, girl. Speak on it. I'm here. I'm listening.
Thank you, Miss Tony. Hey, if Miss Tony like it, I love it. And so
I love
Deontay
it.
said, personally, I think it's situational. I have been married twice. I'm 44. Most of my adult life was spent cohabitating with somebody's son. I do want companionship, but more so for friendship and fun. Miss Tony and her pretty self said, ain't nothing better than falling asleep in some big, strong man's arms. And she's saying, I'll take some booty rubs, but I don't want to live with a man. Tell me why you don't want to live with a man, though. Tayla wants a house husband. I don't think I want a house husband. I think I am asking myself the question. So a very wise man once told me that it's not, most of the time we don't know what we want. We have to first go through what we don't want. And so what I don't want is to have to raise somebody. Yes, absolutely. I don't want to have to raise somebody's son. But I say that, and this is so transparent. Y'all gonna judge me. I don't care. So I sometimes need to be raised. And so I say that so judgmentally because I don't want to raise nobody's son, but I'm damn somebody's daughter that need to be raised. And so there's things that I do that are completely inappropriate and unacceptable. And Tayla, you don't like, common sense would tell anybody else not to do this thing, but because you're Tayla, you did this thing and it was just like, but what? Like blondie, blonde, but what? It was like, it was innocent. And so yes, I don't want to raise nobody's son, but I clearly am somebody's daughter who needs, some home training. And so I say that, but I'm being transparent at the same time. What's going on, Woody? Thank you for the birthday blessings. I appreciate you. She said, you want an accessory? I do not want an accessory. I do not. I don't want drama. I don't want a headache. I want you to understand that 90% of my time I spend on my phone. If I'm not on my phone, I'm on my computer. It has nothing to do with talking to someone else. It has nothing to do with plotting and planning. Most of my work is done on my phone. And if I'm not working, I am promoting my damn work or doing research for the work that we're going to be doing tomorrow. And so 90% of my time I am on my phone. I want somebody to be like, babe, come on. We're about to go watch a movie. Put your phone down. You want to know who does that right now? And it's sad. Anari. And this is, again, transparency. Y'all gonna judge me. Anari has been my husband for the last 10 years. For the last good 10 years. Anari has been the constant male in my life. When I come home, every single day, a hug and a kiss. Hi, take my bag off. How was your day today? Do you need anything? Here goes some water. If he could cook, Anari would cook all day for his mom. And so I understand that it is going to be extremely difficult when Anari moves out and becomes like his own person. And I think at that point, I am going to want a relationship more than anything, because at this very moment in my life, Anari has been the constant male to check in on me, to make sure I'm good, to, put the phone down. That's not what's happening. Listen, we're making plans. This is what we're doing. I cannot stress enough. And it's my fault because I let it happen. I allowed this thing to take place. And I was just like, oh, so freaking butterfly, go with the flow. For far too long, I've accepted it. So road trips. He's out here. He planned everything. When Anari does decide to become a husband and a father, he is going to be absolutely amazing because he damn near raised his mother. Like, in a sense, I was 20 years old when I had him, 22 when I had Asaria. We raised each other. Judge me how you want. And so with that constant male, I get hugs and kisses when I go to bed at night. And so right now I don't yearn and fiend the way that I know that I will when Anari goes off and lives his life. I know that to be true. I accept it for what it is. I created the monster. I'm going to have to deal with it. But he gonna be somebody's amazing husband. I'm gonna get a Mother's Day. She gonna give me Mother's Day cards every year. Thank you. Thank you for what you did with your and that's what I would love to be able to, like, yo, thank you. Thank you so much. 'Cause he is so amazing. Just like I have to share my daddy with his wife. That's that part. That part. I really don't like the fact that I have to share my daddy with his wife. I be wanting my daddy back. Be wanting my ironer back, who cooks for me. Somebody hit me. Who said it? Who said that? I don't even remember who said it. It was just like, yo, I'm not your daddy. But why but why can't you though? But why can't you be? Listen. It is what it is. It is what it is. Intimacy, not necessarily only sex. Have you not had sex for so long that it's not even a factor? Like, you don't even think about sex because you haven't had sex in so long. Like, playing my hair and I'm like, ooh, it's over. I don't need nothing. Just playing my hair. We're done. I get it. My little man does the same. It's really, and it. So I recently watched a TikTok. I'm hooked on TikTok, y'all. So I recently watched a TikTok where it was talking about like different psychologies and the psychology of treating your son like your husband and treating your sons like your man. And like, by the end of the 60-second video, I was just like, damn, this makes me feel like a horrible person. Like, what kind of mom does, like, it really kind of got in my ass. And I was just like, I did that. I did that. I did that. I did that. And I take full responsibility, but I'm like, I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was like the psychology of it, like how you ruin your son by making him be this thing that he shouldn't have to be, was the way that it was framed, or the narrative was framed for it. And so she went off to, like, statistically, when it comes to single parent households or single mother households, that are led, that have male sons, you're ruining these boys that aren't men, and when they get into the world, they're not going to want a wife because they had to deal with a needy mother in that sense. Like, it was bad. And I was like, yo, I had to apologize. I was like, Nari, I'm sorry. Like, do you feel like this? And he's like, sometimes. Well, I never thought about it like that. I guess I do. And I was just, wow. Wow. And so, yeah, Miss Tony, I've always said that I need to start saving for Noah's therapy. Don't say that. No, that's not what it is. Well, maybe it is what it is because I don't understand the psychology of it all. But I am interested in, what is it that you women want? You women, what is it that you women want? Oh, Lord, have mercy. Woody, you said you want a hoodie? Is that what you said? Is that what you said, Woody? You want a hoodie? Yes, they're on the website. Anytime you can have a hoodie. They're on the website. And the t-shirts to match, whatever you want. And so really quickly, while nobody else wants to snitch on themselves about how horrible of a parent they are because they treat their sons like their husband, or how horrible of a woman they are because they work 7 days a week and, want to come home to cook food. Clearly, I want a house husband, but I don't. I really, truly do not. As far as some of the news is concerned, you guys feel free to give a call anytime, 617-272-3387. There we go. There we go. Talk about it. It's Miss Tony. Wait for it. Good rising.
Hi, Tayla.
Hey, love. How you?
It's Danny.
Hey.
It's Beyonce. You do want a house husband, but that's okay.
I don't want a house husband. I want a man.
Well, a man, but that's a husband. It's a man. That you want someone to
listen. The man I want don't want to be at home being nobody's house husband.
But how's he gonna cook dinner and be available for all the booty rubs and do all the things that you're too tired to do?
He absolutely can be an entrepreneur and have his own hours.
This is very true. He could work from home. There you go. That's right. So you want a boss husband that is comfortable in his masculine and balances out your masculine and feminine, all of that.
Hold on. So this is the weird part. It's not really weird, but here's where it gets tricky for me. So for most women, it's male, female. It's gender roles. I never grew up with gender roles. What my mama did, my daddy did, my uncle did, my auntie did. For me, It was the men who, like, on both my mother's side and my father's side, it's the men that throw down in the kitchen. It's the men that be out here building houses. It's the it's the men that there is no gender roles. There is no blurring of the lines. Everybody do what everybody do. I've seen my mother on a roof taking shingles off. But I saw my father over there seasoning the it wasn't for. I never had gender roles, and so I don't believe in gender roles except for when it comes to my car. Like I shouldn't have to put gas in it. I don't want to do no oil changes. Thing, right? I shouldn't take it to. I shouldn't have to take it to go get car wash. Like that's the part that I don't have no. I shouldn't have to touch it.
No, but. Don't you think that nurturing is considered a feminine energy, whatever that's the term they call it or whatever. That's kind of considered like operating in your feminine energy. So that's not washing dishes. If a man lives by himself, he got to wash his own dishes and cook his own meals. So that's when people call it gender roles. Like, oh, a woman's supposed to cook and clean for her man. I don't consider. I would prefer the man to cook for me, but the nurturing that you are looking for, that's feminine energy. That's it, and it's not even like makes them less manly. Some women operate. I mean, these are the terms they use now: the masculine energy, the feminine energy, but they typically consider the mothering energy to be more the feminine energy, and men and women embody both. I just know that I operate in what they call more so masculine energy, but I don't need to be. I'm learning as I get older. It doesn't need to be hard. It doesn't need to be manly. It can be masculine, but not manly. Like I prefer the nurturing from a man, though. You know what I mean? What you're looking for. I've always said I just don't want to live with a man.
Tell me about this. Tell me about this not wanting to live with a man. Like,
well, I don't think I want to live with anybody, to be honest. Like think about it. I have siblings, and then I was a mother as a teenager, and then I was married as a teenager, and then I got divorced as a young adult and remarried I spent all of my life
with somebody else
up until 40, living with people, managing other people's lives, being the go-to person for everybody in my household, in my immediate. I just want to be by myself. Like, I don't want to have the way my house is. I could live in a smaller place, or no place at all, so that whoever that companion is, I can travel with them and go places and learn from them. I don't really personally think I like older men, but I don't want to say, oh, well, I don't want no man over this age. More so, I just like a younger energy, a more adaptable energy, a more
these granddaddies
energy.
out here.
Exactly,
young
some
boy
of them
energy though.
Exactly. So it's just the energy of someone that's young and not fixed in their ways that I can learn from and just have fun with. Fun. Because that's the only thing I never had in any of my relationships of cohabitating with the man was the fun and just who are you when you're not my wife or my mother? When I'm not needing something like I'm me. You know me, I'm a fun person, but I've never got to be the fun person and who I really what all the other people outside of needing me know me as somebody that's fun. I've never got to be that to a mate. It was just the codependent. I want to be a mate, a companion. I make you laugh because I'm funny. You know, I'm fun, funny, and adventurous. But the men that I've had kids for and been married to, they don't even know me like that until we break up. And then they're like, "Wow, I didn't know you were like this." I'm like, how did you spend so much time with me and you didn't know how dope I am? So I just want someone to have fun with that doesn't need me for shit. Oh, can I swear? I'm sorry.
You sure cannot, but you said it, so.
I'm sorry about that. But yeah, that's why I don't want to live with a man, because that's an obligation. Then it's
okay, so what if, all right, fine. So what if he don't want to live with you either, but he have his own space, you have your own space, y'all. So it's a hard no, or it's a not right now?
Living together is a hard no.
Yo, this is a real thing.
To like, what do you mean when they have their own space and I have my own space, like in the house, like sleep in separate rooms?
Well, you know, that's what they did. Well, they slept in different beds in the Flintstones. But I'm just saying, like, then, all right, let's say, Danny, y'all dating, it's been a year, y'all dating is real serious. Would you ever get married again?
No.
Never?
No. We don't need to get the government involved in our love.
But and I was just about to say that you don't need a ring to be my wife. Just be there for me and make sure we're making sure we walk these dogs properly, right? But you have a mortgage and I have a mortgage, and so one of these units could be rented out. Like, no, we're still paying 2 mortgages.
Well, see. What does living together look like? See,
yeah, you sound like a man. You like, hold on, but what is living to? I want to wake up and watch you brush your teeth. Absolutely.
Oh, see, no, that's the part. See, I like the mystery. I want to perpetually think. No.
The mystery of him brushing his teeth. That's the mystery.
Yeah, it should be a mystery. I don't want to be you going. Like, you know, people talk about, oh, it ain't love if he ain't able to do number 2 while you brushing your. I don't want that. I want to meet you somewhere else. Like, oh, let's meet at the airport.
Are we going somewhere?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
To travel, you know, because, you know, ideally a man would have, like, obviously entrepreneurial whatever endeavors. Maybe if he's older, he has children. He might have older parents that he helps care for, needs to visit with. Mm-hmm. He has ex-wives who he has a good rapport with, who he has to constantly check in with his kids or older kids, because it don't stop when the kid turns 18. He has a circle of trusted friends. We can hang out in social circles, but like, that's a lot. So why do I don't need to wake up to you if I wake up to you, I'm not nice in the morning. I snore. We could leave that a mystery.
So, Miss Tony said, I'm clearly a hopeless romantic. Like, I am. I'm a teddy bear. I'm a hopeless romantic. I do have, you know, Cinderella effects, Disney effects of like happily never after type situations. And I do. Somebody said, so when you're an old lady, then what?
What do you mean? Oh, like when I'm old?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'll
What
take
happens
care
when
of
you're
itself
old?
when I'm then, because there'll be some like young people that want to be around me. You won't even be caring about like, oh, put me in a nursing home around some nice people or something. I don't know. They'll figure it out.
You don't
Tayla,
even care.
can I
You
tell you
good.
something?
Listen, my kids already know. You put me in a nursing home. You just might don't do that. Don't do me like that. My kids already know they about to have a nurse at my home because I'm not going nowhere.
I do believe that like the future will take care of itself. God knows where to put me. Where God ain't gonna fail me. God don't work like that in my life. It's like where I am today is where I am today. But when I'm old, you don't know who God will put in my life. Where some young people, my young person that I've mentored when they were young, are now older and say, "Hey, come live in the basement and finish this really nice." You know what I'm saying?
Then you're gonna be living with somebody all over again. You just say you didn't want to live nobody.
Yeah,
now you in the basement.
But I'll be cared for. And you know what, Tayla? I'm gonna tell you something about you. You are very nurturing. Like you're like you could be so much like a stay-at-home wife, mom, mogul type of person.
I have too much, like I want to do too much. Like laundry is not enough for me. Laundry and dishes and cooking is not enough for me. Like I have my soul wants to do too much to just be at home. Now, and if I won the lottery tomorrow, $250 million in a bank account, I still got some dreams, goals, and aspirations that need to be fulfilled. That money is great. It can sit there. It's going to help me travel and do the things that I want to do. But for me, it's the purpose. Like I have too much purpose to live out, to just be at home, cooking, cleaning.
Well, not at home being doing all those different domestic jobs, because people should be hired to be that. But I mean like to nourish other people. Like it's that's a real thing. That's underrated. Like if I met, say, ideally, a man that money wasn't an object, like money's no object, it would be a joy for him to see how I flourish when money's not an object and I can be who I want to be. And he sewed into my life in that way, financially and romantically. I would flourish and he would get to witness that and know that he played a part. Now he'd be blessed for that. That's what I mean.
I got you. You
and
know what I realized while you were talking? The number one thing that I want is like, I want for you to plan for me, like plan our life. Like with everything that I have planned and done, and I want you, Tayla, like, I think I want a manager. That's what I don't want no husband. I want a manager.
Well,
just plan my day for me.
But it sounds like the same thing that you said about your dad. Like it's what I just said about my ideal man, my ideal wealthy man who doesn't be like, oh, I pay for this meal, whatever. Like you flourish when you're nurtured by that masculine person. Like it's a daddy thing. You which is good. Like my dad wasn't a great dad, so it's just a dream for me. But like you've experienced flourishing with that male person in your life that kind of just leads.
Yes,
it's a good feeling.
Lead me.
I would love to experience that. Like, sure, because then you could be your true, like who you are, like in your femininity. They throw these words around. It to me is just, this is who I am. I can be,
the softer side of
who
Tayla.
I am. Exactly like Sears. That's it. I do think that takes a lot of financial stability. I do think that should come from the man. But that's just me. It's just easier for them to do that because in their role, it's like that's their ambition. They're able to do that, like to go out and just do that. And it's like, I know what to do with it when you bring it home, though. I can multiply it. But
I know that's right. Flip it. Whatever, whatever you need, I can make that happen. Well, thank you, Deontay. We about to go talk to Daddy because Daddy about to bring this all home.
love it. I love it. Thank you, Taylor.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Daddy, can you please call 617? Hold on. What's the number? 617-272-3387. I'm going to tell you everything that you missed, and then you can watch it later. And so while you're calling 617-272-3387, I was asked, what do women 35, actually the question was 35 to 45, but I added the other 5 years for all my ladies that is over 45 and still looking and want and need man companionship in their life. I really want to do 65 because there's people out here that are getting married at 70, 80 years old. People getting degrees at 80 years old. Like, your age really don't mean nothing. If you still living and you still alive, everybody want a little love. This is my daddy. That's my daddy. That's my daddy. And so the question was, Father, what do women 35 to 45 want, need, look for in a man? And I didn't know how to answer that question because I'm not all women. I just have me. Like, I just know me. And I answered that question by saying that in my experience, we want help. We are able to do everything. We're just tired of doing it by ourselves. Women in this age bracket typically have their lives pretty much together and aren't looking to be rescued or taken care of. Safety and security in the sense that you're not going to put me in a compromising position. A man she doesn't have to raise or take care of. A man on his own path. A man that is working, has a working relationship with his child's mother or children's mother, because nobody want to deal with headache and baby mama drama. And it seriously seems like many women don't even want or need a man. You just give them some good buddy once in a while and leave them alone. And I was at lunch by myself, and these older women who were talking about their grandkids were talking about, girl, if he give me some ding-a-ling once in a while and leave me alone, that's all I need. And I said, that is not what I need. I need somebody who's gonna iron these clothes. I need somebody who's gonna wash this car, take it to the, somebody who put a starter in the truck and rewire the trailer. And so they were joking that I really want a house husband, but I don't want a house husband. And then I was just like, I'm tired of doing all of these things on my own. And apparently I want a manager. So I really don't know what I want at the end of the day.
I like that manager part. That's nice.
I clearly just want a manager. That's really all. Just a manager to hug me and hold me. Lord.
Man.
But the secondary question was like, as a black, like, how are black men supposed to feel about that when women are out here talking about I don't need a man? Are men supposed to comply with the arrangement of her not needing a man, or are they expected to redirect the misguided masculine energy and show how strong he is as a man? And I really don't know the answer to that question. I just know that, like, as a female, I know many women are out here talking about, I'm independent, I don't need no man, I don't want no man. And I did once upon a time hold that position, but it was more so out of the fear of not having one. And so now I don't need one because I don't have one.
Okay. So one of the main questions I heard you say, and I'm not sure how to address it, is this, I don't need a man. I can do bad all by myself, and and there's a lot of women who really believe that. And somewhere in our society, from I probably say the late 70s, is when it really started to showcase up until now, where men have we've lost our position in the hierarchy of society. Women have elevated to a point that they have, in most cases, surpassed men. They're the breadwinner in most cases. They're what's the word before, the head of the household.
in a majority of cases because there is no man there. And society has kind of nurtured that mentality among women, especially Black women. And the sisterhood has risen up to be Black girl power, Black girl magic. You can do this. You don't need a man. And, get up and get your own. I'm independent. Our women have lost that respect value for the man, and the man, and some men have not stepped up to the plate when need be. And we just said, okay, well, fine. If y'all want to live like that, then do you. As y'all say, do your thing. I'm fine. I'll just, like one of your comments was just, I'll come by A, B, C, and be out. So I've always thought any woman that takes that stance is cheating herself. But there's no way I could think of how to get this back on track outside of just going into a spiritual conversation, which I'm not going to get into, but you know how I feel about that. But that's the one way I think we got to get back in order with that. Because if women keep wanting to live this life and they don't need a man, then it's going to just filter down to our children. They're going to grow up like that, and we're just going to have a very dysfunctional community of Black people. Mm-hmm. So everybody's going to be independent instead of being a cohesive unit.
And we're kind of there now, though I do see a turn for more Black families, unifying and wanting to see that family unit together. I do feel like there is a lot of residual that has been passed down from the 80s and from the 90s of not needing a man, not wanting a man, not seeing a man in the household. And so the other question is, once you have been this masculine alpha female operating in the world as an alpha male, you have all of these things that you've acquired, your house, your career, your, this salary, this vehicle. And now to add to your collection, you're looking for a man. One of the comments was, you're looking for an accessory. And yep. For a woman who's like, you know what, and that's not necessarily what I want. How would a woman even break down all of those constructs that she has subscribed to in order to be the softer feminine who is able to follow and allow a man to lead, when women have been out here leading in all of those things that you've already stated?
Well, here's the thing. I know plenty of women who are doing exactly what you're saying. They're doing all that. And guess what? You ready?
Yeah.
They have husbands, happily married for years and decades. So can you have your cake and eat it too? Yes, you can. But if you want to fall into that mindset that if you're that woman that wants to be out there and do all that, accomplish that and be super successful, and then all of a sudden you be like, you know what? I don't have a man or a boy toy, whatever you want to call it, and I'm just going to add this to my list of accomplishments. I think that's kind of a backwards thought, but I get how society is feeding that. Mm-hmm. But I know several women who are very powerful, very successful. They got Black husbands or married. So I know it can be done that way, but society wants to set us apart. They want to divide and conquer, keep us off balance, make us so independent that we don't rely on each other. And eventually our whole society, like Black America, we're gonna self-destruct. Mm. You don't see a lot of this in any other race or ethnicity. I'm not a scholar, but I'm just saying I don't see a lot of this in our Caucasians, the Asians. I don't see a lot of this even in our African community, our West Indians. I don't see that. Mm-hmm. I don't see a lot of them. I see them pulling together as a group, as a unity. So it comes down to what you want. You got to buy into whatever fits your mode of thinking. Mm-hmm. And if you think that you can be one way, then be that way. Because society's gonna tell you, yeah, go ahead, you can do that. You don't want to be referred to as her. You want to be referred to as they, them, us, we, non-binary, binary. I don't. I'm so confused with all this. I'm just lost. What do I call you? I can't call you boy or girl. I got to call you us, we, they. You know, society says you can do what you want to do, despite how right or wrong it appears to be is. You know. But for a lot of women, I'm not gonna say women. For men got to step up and become real men. We got to learn that we got to know how to lead. And sometimes
Daddy,
have
how
to
a
allow.
man lead? He ain't never had no man in his life. How a man lead? He ain't never had no example. How a man lead when you have nothing but these strong black women, and so you're used to your mother, your grandmother, your aunties, your sister. You have all of this feminine energy acting as male energy, and so how these men who is out here that never had a man, how they do that?
Well, unfortunately, it starts with the woman. If women would get quality men in their life, it's such a paradox. It's going to take time to turn this whole thing around. I've always said that in order for Black society to turn around, women have to set a guideline and boundary for men to obtain to be with them, to be involved in women's life. The whole, are you worthy to be with me? Because I've got to set a standard. I'm not saying they got to be super high. You know, I don't think women have to have that laundry list. A man's got to have this, make this. No. He's got to do some of the basic things that a lot of other men are doing around this world. Is he a good provider? Is he a nurturer? Is he going to help raise these kids? Is he going to be there for me emotionally, physically, and spiritually? Everything else is a byproduct. He doesn't have to make six figures. He might be a janitor or a CEO. But there's a lot of people who make tons of money. Look at all these movie stars, black, white, whatever. Marriage is falling apart left and right.
Yo, everybody's getting a divorce right now. There was what's the boy's name? I forgot. He's on Instagram. He be having all the damn jokes. He was just like Bill Gates, something $1 billion. Jeff Bezos, something $1 billion. Will Smith, something $1 billion. You're just like, they don't want us, King. Take care of yourself. Like,
yeah,
every marriage out here is ending in divorce.
Well, and see, that's part of it. But I think a lot of what has to happen is women need. When I was growing up, I couldn't walk to a girl's house and visit. For one, if I did date a girl back when I lived in Boston, her dad was there. 9 times out of 10, her dad was there. So I had to come to the door correct. And now, as I got older and I started dating, there were no dads. It was just moms. So moms were easy to smooth over. I could smooth over moms easy. Now now I'm not challenged to be the man because mom is really not going to enforce it. I don't see a father figure there. And I told this to you and to your sister all the time. A man will respect you more if he see dating a man. A man dating you is going to respect you more if you see another man standing behind you. And that's why even when we were growing up, I would always say, hey, whoever you dating, I need to meet them. Not to check them out and run you date my daughter. No, I want them to see that there's going to be consequences to date my daughter. You need to come correct.
Hallelujah. That's my daddy, y'all. For those who don't know, that's my daddy.
Because our family don't play. You know that. So you put your hands on one of ours and get my subject here. There's going to be some slow singing and flower bringing. I digress. So, what was the next question?
There wasn't really a question. It was just like, as far as women are concerned, what do women really want, need, and look for in a man? And women's is we's want some mans. And so we did have Miss Tony. Miss Tony said that she was married previously. And there was a point in time where she did not want a man, but it was more so because she was afraid of being hurt. Miss A to Z, I won't say her name, which we will keep them anonymous, but they went ahead and made the comment that we do need men. And it's, it's a major trap for us to be out here saying that we don't need a man, that we're completely independent, and that it is a trap and we do need men. And to think otherwise is insane. Oh, Uncle Jerome said, "What's up?"
What's up, Rome?
Hey, Uncle Jerome, how are you? Say hi to my daddy. He's on. He's speaking these facts.
I'll be there. I'll be in town tomorrow, man. Get with me. I'm coming in for my grandson's birthday graduation tomorrow, Rome. I'll get at you.
Mm-hmm. And so 0 to 1 said that you are speaking facts, like as far as being a man is concerned. But when you were dating, so when we know you're married, but when you were dating, was it difficult to date women that were these independent women? Was it difficult to date women that didn't want? My daddy is no player, Uncle Jerome. Don't do that because you're gonna get him killed. Okay, you're gonna get my daddy killed. Because my stepmama don't play. But was it when you were dating, how difficult was it to deal with a woman who was like, she got her own?
It was challenging because a lot of them looked at you like, okay, what are you bringing to the table? I make double what you make. I can pay for this. It was challenging. It was difficult. It was hard to be the man because and I did go on one date with this one sister who definitely made well more than I did, and it showed in just how she would act and talk, and I was just like, girl, you really don't have to be like that. It's not that deep. I know how to open the door, pull the chair out, and do all that good stuff, but it was just difficult. It was like she looked down on me because I wasn't at a status that was comparable to hers.
Financially.
Yeah. In that case, financially. There are others that I've dated where, they want that myth, that mythical man,
Oh, the Cinderella, the fairy tale version.
I'm not even talking to Cinderella because that guy is out there. He just may not look like Prince Charming. He may not have the good look. He might look like the average Joe,
He might be a little overweight and bald.
Yeah, little overweight, little pudgy, what have you. He ain't got the six pack and
he might be
pretty
short.
Eyes and the eyes. Yeah. So when you look for that, and I know this one girl who was looking for that, she didn't say it in so many words, but that was over. Let's see, I've been married 5 years now. So that was over 8-9 years ago. She's still single. She's still looking. I'm married now, happily, beautiful wife.
And she's still looking in her
$600,000
mansion.
Yeah, she's looking for, and it's tough because now she's over the age of 50, close to my age. We were in the same age bracket, but it's harder the older you get to find companionship. It's almost, and I hate to say it, but I'm gonna say it this way. It's almost like that dominant woman factor. Sometimes you gotta know how to fall back. You gotta know how to fall back and let a man be a man sometimes. So then you gotta know when to step in and help that man. I'm by no ways perfect. My wife is, I tell anybody, she's smarter than me in so many areas, but she knows how to let me do me, and we talk about a lot of stuff.
Okay, last question.
Okay.
Do I want a manager or a house husband?
Oh, Jesus, babe.
Daddy, I'm joking. I want neither one. I want a strong man who is a man who will lead, and I can absolutely be a follower.
Okay. And that's it. And that's, now the question is going to be, okay, how do you find that when a lot of men don't know how to be that?
No, yes, that is a really good question. But the question is, how to shut off Tayla. Like, how do I shut Tayla off? That's the question. How do you shut Tayla off in order for him to be in all his glories?
And sometimes you almost have to tell somebody. I hate saying tell because men we feed into what you want, but it doesn't work in a lot of scenarios. If you tell somebody what you're looking for out of them, and then let them pick up that mantle and run. And see, hey, look, I need you to take charge in this area here. I need you to be a little more assertive. I need you to do this.
I need you to be 100% assertive, because if not, I will assert myself all the time. Every time I will assert, insert, I will do all of the above. And so I need to be told, Tayla, go sit down somewhere. Just go sit down. I got this. This is not the time you play positions. I got this. Go sit down.
Yep.
That is the right word, Daddy. Thank you. Assertive is the word that was missing here today.
Yes.
Father, I love you so much.
I love you too, baby girl.
I appreciate the person you created me to be.
You're welcome. It was a struggle. We had our moments.
Daddy, am I difficult?
Now? No.
Oh, now I'm not difficult?
Wait a minute. You was never really a difficult child. You was always headstrong. You always had this drive, this goal. You just needed to get it focused. And it took you some time to get it focused. And look at you now. That focus and drive and determination has taken you far beyond what I would have imagined when you were 12, 13, 15, 17.
When I was wayward, Daddy. When I was wayward.
You was one of my wayward. Well, you were my daughter, but yeah, when you was wayward. But you took that energy and you did something positive with it. And it took you having to go through a lot of what you went through in order to say, you had to say to yourself one day in a conversation, you said, "Self, I need to do better. I got these little ones looking up at me, that looking at me like, what you gonna do?" And when you turned that corner and did what you did to get to where you are today, I was like, oh my God, look at my baby.
I ain't finished yet, Daddy. Wait for it. I ain't done yet.
I know you ain't. I'm just staying close for the
ride. I thank you. I love you. I appreciate you so much. Daddy, I'm 38. How old that make you?
39.
Can you please tell my mama I said I love her?
I will. And hug the kids for me.
I will.
All right, babe. Bye-bye.
Later. I am Tayla Andre. Waking up with Tayla Andre has absolutely nothing to do with the time of day we link up, but about waking up your third eye with unorthodox conversations leading to universal consciousness. Why was today's conversation unorthodox? Because women between the ages of 35 and 50 years old are lying to themselves. We do want a man. We do want a relationship. We do want some form of companionship. It doesn't necessarily need to be marriage. It doesn't have to be like my boo Danny said, it doesn't need to be involving the government and having all of these documents saying that we are one. You don't need a ring to be my wife. Just just be there for me and make sure we be living this life of luxury. And so with that being said, I want us to do better. And I say us because I'm in this category too. Y'all ain't the only one. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to me. You're just a part of the conversation. To do better as far as identifying what is it that you want? What is it that you desire? What is it that you are manifesting in your life? Because the things that you're thinking about and the things that you're talking about are the things that are manifesting right now. And so if you want something different than what you currently have, you have to change your language and you have to change your mind about what it is that you truly want. And so it's one thing to go out here and walk this earth and say that you are a strong, independent woman. You can also say, and I desire a strong, independent man. And so with that being said, I thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you have an amazing day, and put your foot down on exactly what it is that you want and desire, because you can and will get it as long as you're clear about what it is that you want. And so my daddy was absolutely right. I do have a different outlook on life from when I was formerly wayward. And I do need to get focused on what it is that I want as far as some form of structure that may look like I can't even say it. I can't even say it. I can't even say our relationship. You see how difficult I have to get focused on what it is I want when it comes to relationships. And you know what, in transparency, like, men are so afraid of relationships that I have made myself afraid of relationships, because I already know that men are afraid of relationships. And so this is a very much needed conversation to, expand and extend further than this hour that we spent together. And so we definitely will continue this conversation, not tomorrow, but at a later date. Tomorrow is Freaky Friday. Oh my God. Yes, finally. Freaky Friday. And then Saturday, I'm celebrating my birthday. If you know where I live, just pop up at 5. It's potluck. So bring your pot. And you might get lucky, but it is a potluck. So if you know where I live, you're absolutely invited. Bring something, alcohol, weed, food to share with other people. We will be social distancing and all that good stuff. Vaccine, not vaccinated, whatever have you. And so I thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. Everything Tayla Andre, TaylaAndre.com. We need each other. The most powerful thing in the world is a strong Black family, and we are not doing what we can to ensure that we maintain and strengthen the structure of the Black family. And so thank you so much for I don't want a manager, Mike. I want a husband that can be my manager. Okay. How about that? I hope you guys have an amazing day. I thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. Mwah.